Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool. And neodymium magnets have become kind of a primary tool storage method that I use. I have a lot of metal surfaces, but I don't have a whole lot of tool storage options. So I use neodymium magnets to basically attach kind of odd or large size tools to different surfaces because they just stick and are held securely, whether it's giant pry bars or cabinet screwdrivers or whatever. But I also use them inside sometimes the toolbox or on the edges of the toolbox for particular things, or any little slot like along the corner of the toolbox up against the wall is where I often have pry bars, and I just stick them onto the side of the toolbox with magnets. So I'm going to show you a few of the magnets that I use. And you can buy a lot of these in bulk on Amazon, and the price is coming down. And I'm talking about the neodymium magnets. These are the rare earth magnets. They were kind of created in the mid-1980s, but only last decade or so have they really, became super popular for the consumers. They're incredibly strong. You can get little tiny ones that, easily hold, way above their pay grade in weight, compared to kind of the classical brown ceramic ones, although some of these are getting pretty good as well. But anyway, I buy a lot of them in bulk and then use them in different applications. These are just a few of the different types. Actually, for those who have snap-on tools, you may want to use gold-plated neodymium magnets, but for those with regular tools, you can use just the generic ones. I'm kidding about that, of course. But anyway, I use a lot of the discs like this because I can stack them at different heights, which means when I use a flat surface, say the size of side of a toolbox, I can actually stack these so it goes up to the thickness that I need in order to have it balance properly and stay secure. So if I need one, I use one. If I need, in this case, four, I'll use four, and then I can snap that right up against it. Sometimes they stay on the tool, sometimes they stay on the surface I've put them on, but they're great. Allows you to drop things like, say, this long cabinet screwdriver. Notice in this one, if I wanted to put this flush up against something, I could probably do it with three. So I'd pop one off, and then you can see that I can just snap it right up against a surface here, and it will stay with a little bit of a gap there. So it's not rubbing, but anyway, it holds it solid, and then I just angle them and pry them free, and then when I'm done, it goes right back on. So the neodymium magnets are just super handy for designing different kinds of tool storage options. They're rings, discs, spheres. Actually, this was kind of funny. I've got a big cylinder here. This is my biggest neodymium magnet. And these things are kind of dangerous. They'll certainly pinch you and give you a blood blister if you get some skin caught between this. But I thought I'd throw it in here just to kind of protect it, because this stuff's been flying around as I was trying to play with it to see what I'd say for the video. And I can't open this anymore. I'm going to have to pry it open somehow. That's kind of a funny conundrum. I have a neodymium magnet and I can't generate the force down here, so I'm going to have to pry this somehow to separate these as I'm spinning it, because I can't open it. Anyway, enough of that one. This is kind of the discs I've been using a lot of lately. These are a little bit larger. They're thinner, so they're not quite as crazy strong, so they're a little bit easier to use. But and as you can see, that thinness causes them to be a little bit fragile, like that one just shattered. So I end up stacking these, you can see like here, again like the others, and then putting them on a surface. I have to be careful where I set stuff here. Use this again, put it here, and I can actually then, let's say if it's a toolbox or in the garage, that's plenty of strength to hold this large lineman plier. You can see it's coming off because this is a smaller surface here, but no problem whatsoever. If I can pop it free here, there we go. Usually when you pry them, they snap right off. And then when you're done, just snap it right back on. They sell for not a lot of money. I'll have some links in the description so you can see some of the ones that I've gotten, usually on Amazon. But let me show you my favorite, my absolute favorite now. I assume they come in different company logos. This is Lovey Mag, I guess. But anyway, this is what it looks like, and you have to be careful how you ship these things as well. Got some screws here, but this is what they look like. Let me pop one off here. I'm going to put the rest away before I get hurt. It's a thick disc, and it's got a place for a screw. And it comes with some screws. These are non-magnet, or they're not attracted to the magnet. You can just drop it in and see that it's flush. So you can literally screw these onto all kinds of different surfaces. I use them not only for tools. I actually have some small fire extinguishers attached with these, so they just pop right off, but they're still plenty strong, not going anywhere. And then, where can I put this safely here? Try it right there. I've bolted one on, or screwed one onto a chunk of wood here so I can show you. Look at that, shattered. These are still handy, but they're just not big. And it easily then will hold something like this without any trouble. This is a 1-inch large snap-on wrench. And then depending where you put it, you know, if the better the surface, the stronger it is. So sometimes these curved surfaces are plenty to hold it, but also allow you to just pop it on and off. And if you're worried, you could put a coating like a duct tape or something over it just to soften the blow. But you can get a set of those, just screw them on all kinds of different places. Sometimes I'll use two if I need something a little bit stronger, or I'm using something a little bit bigger. But that one, that's my favorite right now, because it's machined with that, excuse me, with that hole in it already. That just makes these so handy. Anyway, I thought you might find this useful because it takes tool storage to a whole nother level when you can just use the inherent magnetic properties and magnetic attractiveness of the tools. And I use them in vehicles. I use them in the shop, outside, the garage. They're just an excellent, whoops, I'm going to shatter this one if I drop it. Just an excellent way to magnify or amplify your tool storage. And with that, Doc out.